Welcome to another edition of Great Health, Abundant Happiness, and Outrageous Love. Mwah. Headbutt. Loving headbutt. So, beautiful day out here. It's finally stopped snowing here at Copper Mountain, and the sun's out, as you can see. Gorgeous day. Karen and I thought we'd just come out and take a little break here and get some runs in.
It's so beautiful. I have to say, with all this snow, we got over 3 feet of snow and the sun shining down. It looks like diamonds just dancing all around in the snow. It's beautiful.
It's incredible.
So beautiful.
Hey, we wanted to just get out a video to you guys. I was working on the book. Karen was working on the sales kickoff, but I was working on the book, working on a piece that you wrote.
Mm-hmm.
And we want to talk about the law of cause and effect, because the piece that Karen wrote about was in relationships, and you'll remember this. It was about self-sabotage, where people tend to keep doing the same thing in a relationship, and lots of things in life. We'll give a few examples, but the law of cause and effect is, you put a pot of water on a stove, that's the cause, and the effect is you have boiling water.
Right.
So cause and effect is throughout our life with everything that we do.
Mm-hmm.
People will say, I want this effect or this outcome, but they're doing something else to cause a different outcome.
Exactly.
Right? Why is that, is the question.
Well, in the book, I asked that question. Is it because they like to know the outcome, even if it's not the desired outcome, but it really is because they've driven it that way? Or is it because they get into a bad habit, or they're comfortable? There's a lot of possibilities.
Yeah, well, there is. And I guess this is what we're trying to do. We dig in as we talk to, I'm going to call them clients, friends. Karen and I don't charge for advice. We're not doctors, but we do help a lot of people in this area. But whenever someone is not getting to a goal, when I dig in, it's generally something along the lines of, like, maybe they don't believe they deserve it, or they don't feel like they're that person. And let me give you an example just to take the heat off of relationships, or just think about business. Somebody's in sales and they make X number of dollars a year. They get this massive sale in the beginning of the year, and then they kind of shut down after that because they're already to the number. Now, this isn't everybody. I'm just saying that person could go and double and triple their income, but for whatever reason they shut down. We talked about this before. It's like a thermostat in a room.
Right.
It's set at 75.
Mm-hmm.
The furnace shuts off at 75. The room cools down. It kicks back on.
Right.
We all have these settings, if you will.
Which we
Self-worth.
have the ability to change.
Absolutely.
Right?
It's a self-worth setting.
Exactly.
Right? And
Exactly.
you always talk about this.
I do.
Self-love, right?
Yes.
In these relationships.
Right. Self-love, is really the key to everything, especially in a relationship with somebody else. If you are not feeling worthy, you will create the same effect in every single relationship. Even if it's going so amazing and this person is so into you, you will find a way to make sure that relationship ends poorly, because at the root of it, you're not feeling as if you're worthy.
Right.
Right?
I guess that's what we're trying to figure out. I guess that's one of the things. Or I think in the book you were also talking about, is it a comfort level? Are you comfortable being right about the outcome where, I'll go back into this relationship, but it's not going to work? You might say that, right?
Right. But again, that comfort level comes with the way you feel about yourself.
Right.
So you've gotten comfortable with feeling that you don't deserve awesomeness.
Right.
And once you get out of your comfort zone and realize that life is so full of excitement, and get outside the box, fall in love with yourself, then and only then will the outcome change, regardless of whether you still, try to create even the same cause and effect. It just won't happen because the variables are different now.
Right. So, I think we talk a lot about this, to get this corrected, you need to meditate, find yourself, find out exactly where you want to be, figure out your recipe for self-love. You obviously have to love yourself first for anything, not just relationships, moving
Right.
forward in
For
careers.
a job too.
Yeah,
right?
all that stuff.
Like when you go in for an interview, you know, I mean, I've heard people actually say, well, I know I'm not going to get that job. You know, there's so many other people that are more qualified, or I hope I get it, but I don't know. I probably won't. Guess what? You're almost definitely not going to, and if you do get it, you probably won't be successful at it because you've set that outcome.
Right.
Right?
It reminds me, we were just having this conversation with someone this weekend. She was very positive, by the way.
Absolutely, the opposite.
Yeah, and I told her, look, you go into this job interview with the idea of, why should I come to work here for you, Mr. Interviewer? What are you offering to me to get me to come to work for your firm? Because you're lucky to have me. I'm not telling her to say this, by the way.
Oh,
but
let's make it clear
this is her
that
attitude, right?
we absolutely don't want people to say that, but you need to go in knowing that you have so much to offer them,
Right.
and that they would be lucky to have you, but at the same point in time, you would be fortunate to have the job too. It's a
Right.
symbiotic relationship.
Right.
So just to clarify, you know, because it sounded a little bit one-sided what Jeffrey
Sure.
was saying, and it wasn't.
You don't say it.
Right.
That's your mentality.
And we haven't heard from this person.
I'm sure she got the job.
But I'm sure she got the job because she's so upbeat and so positive. There's every reason for her to get the job, and I'm sure she did.
So anyway, law of cause and effect. Take a look at everything you're doing in life, whether it be relationships, your business, just your health, whether it's your fitness, whatever you want to do.
Right.
Take a look at it. If something's not working, check out this whole law of cause and effect. And it is a law.
Right.
It's a loss because whatever
Right.
you put into it, there's an effect that comes out.
Exactly.
Just double check yourself and make sure it's what you really, really want, right?
Absolutely. And it goes, like you said, Jeffrey, with everything in life. It's just really easy to pinpoint with relationships. And if people are having relationship issues, sit down and think about all of your relationships, how they start and how they end. And I think you're going to see that there's a pattern there.
Right.
And until you're ready to break the pattern, until you're ready to change the variables, and those variables start with you. Right?
That's good advice.
Yeah. Wishing you great health, abundant happiness, and outrageous love from the Super B Lift.
Yeah, go ahead and click off right up above here in the middle of us here, yeah. And subscribe. We'd love to have you on board.